Our second to last week of playoffs is upon us. We are closing in on Worlds and teams are dropping out of the contention to win the league. Welcome to this week's Round 3 predictions for the LCS and the Round 2 predictions for the LEC. We have quite a few games to discuss. In fact, it's 7 in total. So let's just mosey on into our results to last week and get this show on the road. So, last week's results, let's go into the LCS. We had quite a few series on our hands, and in fact, we got 3 out of the 4 series bang on correct in terms of the winner's team. What's more, we also managed to pick up a perfect prediction as 100 Thieves versus EG landed in a 3-2 to the Thieves. The only result we dropped was TSM and TL, but that was kind of expected. As for the LEC, the 3 series over there, Sailor went to CCC to see what he could CCC, and all that he could CCC was a Fnatic win and a Rogue win, giving us a 2 out of 3 scoreline. And yeah, G2 got 3-1'd yet again by the Mad Lions, and that kind of put our damper on our perfect weekend. But with the results out of the way, we've got another 7? No, it's 5. No, it's 7 series, because I can't count. So let's kick off the predictions in the LCS. Evil Geniuses and Cloud9 opens up our action. I, for one, am looking forward to this because these two teams have been kind of bloodthirsty as of late. Cloud9 bouncing back from the loss to TL, and EG gonna be coming back off a loss to the 100 Thieves and then winning their first round matchup against Dig. This is gonna be a good old brawl, and this is important because one of these two teams will not represent NA after this matchup, as they will be eliminated. That's a big old sort of score to settle, because you'd expect either of these two teams to be in the final, and it's happening now. But what do I think my prediction is? 3-2 to the Evil Geniuses. I think that C9 are going home early. They're not making it to the finals yet again for a second split in a row. And yeah, it's going to be close. You kind of expect that. And I think you need to keep your eyes on the mid lane and see how them Maestros can contest the map and make plays happen. That's where the action will be, and that's where you gotta expect the players to be popping off from. Series 2 is gonna be fun. IMT TSM. Yeah, this one's interesting because I do believe IMT have a good record against TSM. And TSM lost quite easily to TL in the opening round. So yeah, this is going to be one of them toss-up matchups. But I think TSM will bounce back here. This is going to be a 3-1, in my opinion, because IMT lowest ranked team so far left in this playoffs, and TSM are technically the highest seed that's in the lower bracket, so you'd expect them to do well here. I, for one, hope that it's a TSM win, because TSM at Worlds is always interesting. Yeah, so I've gone 3-1 TSM. The last series we can predict at the moment in the LCS is 100 Thieves and Team Liquid, the upper bracket final. It's good to be saying that right now, and this is gonna be close, especially as our match of the week. Yeah, I figured might as well drop that right now. That little noodle of information is gonna be good to know, because you're gonna be looking at that top lane matchup Someday versus Alfari. Chef's kiss, creme de la creme. That's always going to be a banger. Jungle, it's always going to be fun to see Sven versus Closer. Then we get to the mid lane, and this is the big interesting part. You have the new blood of Abadage coming into the LCS split, trying to tear it up with 100 Thieves. They're doing work, and then you have Jensen. He's been the standout performer in the mid lane so far during this playoff, and you have to kind of say he's probably the all-pro mid for playoffs. He's been far and beyond the best player so far for Team Liquid during this playoffs, even if Afari is carrying the games. That being said, bot side map is always going to be interesting as well. FBI and Huhi versus Tactical and Core JJ. Both new breed of ADC with solid support next to them. We remember the first series, Team Liquid Cloud9, the supports were nowhere near their ADCs. Will that be a continued trend as well? Team Liquid liked that bar pick, same with TSM in the last series that TL were in. So the roam game's gonna probably be strong out of Core JJ. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting. And probably where we'll see is a repeat strat from Team Liquid here, like what they did to TSM. But who do I think is gonna win? Well, my prediction's a 100 Thieves win. 3-2. Overall, 100 Thieves, I just feel, have been looking better than the end of their splits form. That's a good thing, especially when they're the second seed. You'd expect them to be in this place. They're representing NA at Worlds as well. That's always fun and dandy, so you need to have a big show considering this is your first World since 2018. Now, I've done all the predictions we can do right now for the LCS. We'll have one more prediction to make. It's the winner of the TSM INT series and the EGC9 series. Both of them facing off for the final spot at Worlds. I'm gonna leave that prediction till then, after we've seen the second set of playoff matches for certain teams involved. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting series. Let's move over to the LEC, where we've got two predictions we can make right now. Round 2 of the LEC is always interesting, and there's a big old reason why. You get the bangers of the upper bracket final, as well as the lower battle for the third spot at Worlds, I should point out. First game though is Fnatic and the Misfits. I'm looking forward to seeing if the Bunnies can upset Fnatic. Both teams have been to Worlds before. Both teams have a legacy at Worlds to perform better than they should. Will the Bunnies beat the British org for a second time this split? No. But I always expect these series between Fnatic and Misfits to end in a throw at the end of a game. That's how they always play out. And personally, we're gonna get at least 2 of them from Fnatic throwing away results to the Misfits. Fnatic looked shaky against Vitality. That shakiness you could account to playoff nerves. They weren't on stage as well, where Fnatic have kind of shone. That's where they're performing, is on the actual stage. So yeah, that's what you gotta expect. It'll be fun to see if Fnatic can perform. I don't know if they will be on stage though, after I know it was their issues last weekend. We could possibly have Fnatic on stage. If they are on stage, it's going to be a 3-1 or 3-0 for Fnatic. Else, I've gone with the 3-2. And that's kind of what I expected. So we have series of the week. I was about to call it match, but I don't think we're getting a singular match between this team. We're getting all 5. As Rogue vs Mad is coming to you as the second series from the LEC this week. The rematch of the Grand Finals. Will it be Choke City yet again by Rogue, or will they finally overcome the demons against the Lions? That's going to be the tale to see during this series. Can Rogue do it? And if they do, are we going to get an absolute repeat of the LEC Spring Split, where Rogue lose and go down to the lower bracket, and then they face G2 in the lower bracket final? We could see that, and that would be a bit of a different twist on the Spring Split, as I do believe it was G2 who lost to Mad in the upper bracket final, and then lost to Rogue. But this matchup does a lot of history. It's the new era, the top of the LEC facing off against one another. I want to look at the action. I want to see explosiveness across the rift. And as such, my prediction is a 3-2-2 Rogue. And please, the boys in blue, you're already going to Worlds. Please don't let me down like this. You're already my team from EU. Just win this. So, them predictions are done with. There is one other game in the LEC. G2 versus the winner of Fnatic and Misfits. Probably going to be Fnatic, and we get the classic banger final. That's probably going to end in a 3-0 to G2 somehow. Yeah, but that's going to be an interesting thing to see. But that prediction cannot happen yet. Same with the LCS's lower bracket semi-final, I do believe it is. And with that all said and done, the predictions will happen on Twitter. I don't do Twitter too much at the moment, reasons being undetermined as to why I don't. But if you enjoyed this episode now, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time, where we'll possibly be predicting the finals weekend. See you guys then.